About how much money did you have after the flights?
I had $100,000.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Was that enough back then to do what you got?
That's a lot of money.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I forget how much money.
1973.
Right. So you could be talking seriously with $100,000 saved up about just blowing everything off and sailing away.
Yes.
Wow.
Actually, as Gil put it to me, the first 100,000 is the hardest to make. After that, it makes itself.
So you'd made that then.
And I made that, and then when we were down there, I look in the paper, and all of a sudden, I'm rich.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's later. Let's don't get into that. We'll get to that part.
Motherfucker stole it all.
Well, we'll get on. Let's. That's
okay.
Next chapter.
Okay.
Let's stay in this chapter. It's. So where are we? Your last flight is what? December of '72.
December of '72.
Right.
December 16th, I believe.
Okay.
I can tell you exactly. I can look in the book.
You have the flight logs, right? Yeah.
It's right here.
Oh wow. Yeah. What is it? What's the date? Let's check and see.
3522 Foxtrot. And the reason I flew at 6.8 hours on that trip, and that was the last one. I flew a lot of hours on that trip at 3522 Foxtrot.
Wow.
Yep, and I thought it was the 12th, the 11th or 12th.
Okay.
Oh,
right.
Here, I started on the 11th and got
And it
back
was
on
the
the
12th.
12th.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, but that would be it right there. It has to.
On Wilshire Boulevard, the morning after his last flight with Pete, December 12th, 1972, we've established, Bobby celebrated, shouting yes to himself and anyone else who could hear him in the stop-and-go traffic as he inched toward Marina del Rey and Monique. After 6 months of flying the 210 into the U.S. from Mexico, each time with Pete and a few hundred pounds of marijuana, Bobby has quit smuggling. He's got $100,000, some of which is invested legitimately through his sister's boyfriend, Gil, a sailboat, a beautiful girlfriend, and absolutely nothing keeping him from doing whatever he wants to do. And what he wants to do is sail away. As 1973 begins, Bobby and Monique are making real plans, readying Serenade for a prolonged voyage, becoming crewmates.
Tell me about getting ready to sail away. What sort of preparations?
Well, we learned. Pete turned me on to a professor, and God, I wish I remember his name. That Monique and I took navigation classes. We'd go out to his place in the valley in the evenings for a couple of hours, and he would show us how to use a sextant.
Oh my God!
And basically, you had a kindergarten of navigation, a little book, and with that and a little bit of knowledge, you can navigate.
So, can you even high level just take me through what it's like to navigate with a sextant? How because it's an all day thing. I mean, you're always you take a measurement and then you have to take another measurement and connect them like later. I mean, how does that all work?
Okay, you can wait till dark and take a star shot. Mm-hmm. And you can take a 3-star shot or a 5-star shot. If you take a 5-star one where all 5 of those lines cross, that's where you are.
Sure, okay.
That's where you can kind of fine tune it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're doing at a certain time, you get the angle of that celestial body from the horizon.
It has to be the same one each time. That's obvious, right? You got to.
Oh yeah, you got to have the same body and the horizon,
mm-hmm.
and then you have to have the time that it's at that certain angle.
Like how exact at the time?
The time you have universal mean time, which comes out of Greenwich, England. That's 000 right there.
Yeah.
And
are you doing it to the second?
Oh, we're doing it to the quarter of a second.
Okay, that's if it was.
Oh, even to exactly, because you're sitting there with a stopwatch.
Okay.
And as it goes by. And, well, you sit there, and you get your angle, and when you hit the stopwatch at that angle, that's what you have. And then you can look at the stopwatch and get universal time and see exactly when that was.
Okay.
And by either adding or subtracting a little bit.
Okay.
Bingo. So you know exactly where that is.
How difficult is it to get a good angle on something on a moving vessel?
It's not that hard.
Really?
Believe it or not, it really is. You get that, And you're moving, yeah, and there is a little of that. You
Yeah.
have to watch, but the horizon's way out there, and
Okay.
it's easy, difficult.
Sure.
It's not that big a deal.
Sure.
And now you can also use the sextant for getting a morning line, a noon shot, and a evening line.
And that's on the sun.
Yes,
right?
and this is just using the sun, not using the stars at all.
Right.
Now you're not going to get the exact position using just the sun in the morning line and a noon shot.
Right.
But you'll get a fix within a mile or two. And at sea, that's not much.
And what's that? Is that your running fix? Is that what that is?
It's called a running fix,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
But because you're really not getting a fix. You were here, and now the times are different. Now you're up here.
Right.
And you kind of get a line of, what your course is, and that's about where you are. And you can be pretty close.
Are sun shots less exact, just in general, because of the
Oh,
size
yeah,
of
a
the
star
sun?
shot is going to be your more exact one.
Right, because it's
But getting
pinpoint.
a sun line and a noon shot will get you close enough.
Okay.
And that's what you do if you're out saying, how far we go today? Oh, about this.
Right,
okay.
right.
Now, when you start getting near land or something, then you get a little more precise.
Because you might run into something, right?
But also, you have the charts, and you have a thermometer, and you have all that stuff.
Right.
too, so.
So you can figure out where you are. But so that's just it's such a like another time to think about that, the sextant, which was what, a 600 year sort of thing as far as navigation at sea.
Oh yeah,
right?
it's actually. I don't think the sextant was the big problem. It was getting the exact time.
Yeah, how would that work? How did you know?
You had clocks that they made. They were expensive, but they just simply kept the time.
Mm-hmm.
And you could be a couple of seconds off, and you'll be a couple of miles off. It's not that big a deal.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be close to the time.
Yeah. And there were radio time that you would get as well, right?
Oh, we have a time cube, and you punch it, and you get tick, 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 and then 10 seconds before the next minute is up. I used to have one. I'd turn it on for you. 22 hours, 10 minutes, universal time. Click, bing.
Wow,
And that's
okay.
when at 2 hours and 10 minutes exactly,
Wow.
universal time.
Uh-huh.
And so then you set your, that's where you set your watch too. You can do
Right,
that too.
right.
Set it right there and then go out and go boom and get it again.
And you could see
Right.
yeah. So wow, okay. All right, and so this is a worldwide shortwave radio network. Is that how this works? The Time Cube? How did you get the broadcast?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It just comes boom right over on.
That's just wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
the
okay.
universal standard time. And that's what it says. The 22 hours, 10 minutes, universal standard time, bing. And
Okay,
bing
wow.
is when you click it or.
That's nuts. That is
Yeah,
just
so you have your exact time when you get your exact angle.
Mm-hmm,
And you do it with the sun in the morning, sun at noon. And you don't even have to make an evening shot, really. But you can do that, too, and just see if everything goes along.
right, and that's probably your heading is probably the most accurate sort of thing that you're
Yeah,
measuring.
well, you're on that course. That's
Yeah,
your heading.
yeah.
And then it'll kind of keep you going along. You're getting a running fix.
How difficult was it to get that?
It's not hard at all.
Yeah.
It really isn't. With a decent, you can get a cheap sextant and still make it work.
That's another thing I want to mention. This is 70, 72, 73. How much was your sextant?
$1,000 for a Plas sextant.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
It's as good as you can get.
Exactly.
And you want to know where you are.
Yeah.
Now I have a secondary one, just if something run with that one, that it costs the little plastic one that cost about probably $25 or $30.
Really, yeah. Well,
And you know what? That'd work too. It'll
Okay.
get you there.
How was Monique with all of this?
Good.
Yeah.
Good. No. No problem.
Wow.
And it wasn't that big a deal.
Yeah.
But Monique liked to sail. She did. I mean, she wouldn't wake me up for my watches.
Just
she
'cause
just
she
liked
enjoyed
sitting there sailing along. Yeah.
That's fun. The what else was going on with Serenade then, as far as getting it ready to for whatever?
Well, I believe we got some new standing rigging. As I remember, we got some new wire. And getting the refrigerator. I mean, and we were going to put a little engine in it, a little diesel engine in it too.
Mm-hmm.
I put a little diesel engine.
Was there no engine before? Was it just a
No, it had a little gas engine.
Oh, okay.
And so we changed it out, put a little diesel engine in it.
In the midst of all these preparations, Bobby's childhood friend Terry drops by Serenade one afternoon with some coke he's looking to move. Though not into cocaine, Bobby doesn't think twice. Terry is a friend, almost a brother. But this seemingly innocuous decision changes everything for Bobby in ways he won't fully comprehend for years.
I was on the boat one day. I was just down there during the day, and I know Monique wasn't there. She got a job.
Yeah.
And Terry came by and had these 4 1-ounce packages of cocaine. I'd never seen cocaine before. I'd never even tried it or used it or anything. And he said, "Here, you want these?" Or he said, could you sell these?" And I said, "Oh, I don't know." And he wanted $700 a piece for them, and for these ounces of coke.
That's almost as much as a sextant. But yeah.
Yeah, and looked at it that way, but that's true. 7/10. But anyway, so I said, "Well, I don't know." And so I got on the phone and picked up the phone, and Terry was right there, and I called Pete.
Wow.
And I said, "Listen, Terry just came by. He's got these 4 ounces. What?" He said, I told him what I've got 4 ounces of cocaine. He wants to sell them for $700 an ounce. I don't know anything about it. He said, "I'll call you right back." And so we hung up. And 5 minutes later, the phone rings. I pick it up. He says, "Give him the money." And so I went and got $2,800 for Terry and gave him the money, and he left me these 4 ounces. Off he went. And so then I took him out to Pete. And the next day, Pete called me and said, "Got your money." Cool. So I went out there and he gave me my $2,800 back and an ounce of coke.
Oh, wow.
And one of these ounces. He kept one, I kept one. So, and I got my money back. And,
wow, okay.
Because these guys took a look at it. Hey, this is pure. Stomped on it real. A bunch of bikers, straight
Oh, okay,
Satans.
so they cut it with a bunch and made their
Yeah,
money back.
this
in
was
spades.
Satan slaves.
Okay.
And sure, I'm sure they cut it off at one. Oh, they were happy. Everybody was happy. Cool. I don't know what happened at that end. Pete just gave me the money, and here's yours,
Right.
and here's mine. Cool. And that was the end of it as far as I ever knew. But it was shortly after that they started looking at us.
Yeah. So what?
I found out later that Pete had gone out to see a childhood friend of his that he'd grown up with, and popped off about what he was doing.
Most likely, though not, we don't know this. He probably had a little cocaine on him, so that
It all makes sense.
Right.
Why would he have done that otherwise?
And so what? He goes out and shoots his mouth off, right?
He shoots his mouth off to a private detective, friend of his, who he was a childhood friend, but he was but he thought we're buds. He wouldn't.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as he left, he picked up the phone and called LAPD and told them what Pete was up to, and then they started looking at us.
Right. And
and I had no idea.
So, for how long had you no idea? Like when was it you discovered that? It was 4 years later?
Yeah, when I came back and he had gotten out of jail.
Right.
And I saw it in the discovery when he was suing the state and the government. Then I saw the discovery he had got. And
so what is it specifically about 1973 that you saw in that?
That when they first started looking at me, there was he said they had followed me out to the city of Industry and back. And he said, "It appears he lives on the sailboat."
So they're following. And you'd run out because why?
I'd taken the refrigerator out to the city of Industry to have it repaired. And either he followed me that time or when I went out and got it and came back.
And then, look, and he lives on the boat right there.
Apparently, probably the first time, because he said, apparently he lives on the boat.
Wow.
So that's when they were following me from that time on.
Right at the very beginning, you're just done with the At that point, were you finished smuggling? Did you think about it at all?
Oh, I thought we were done.
Yeah, that's just it. No more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't, this is after we'd been to Costa Rica and back and all that.
Yeah,
So this was way down the road when I found out about it.
Yeah.
When we were planning to go sailing. We got the little fishing boat. We went and fished that summer. And then we were going to do two more loads.
Okay, we'll get to
Okay.
that too. That's how this is where we're going with this one. So.
Okay.
So before, I guess, let's talk about before we get into Hefius. Let's talk about your cocaine use. Then you've got this ounce of cocaine on.
I got an ounce of cocaine, and I don't even remember how I'd take little lines of it and stuff because I never did it.
Right,
I mean, none of the people, all the hippies and everyone, nobody did much cocaine. We didn't didn't have the money, and two we were into smoking weed. Or, it was something else. It would come later.
Yeah,
for
right.
sure.
Yeah, much. Yeah.
Yeah, but at the time, but anyway, I did a couple of lines, and hey, kind of got me picked up, and I go out and go running. Yeah, it was when I was running on the beach. Monique was working, and I didn't have anything to do. We were done. We were getting the boat ready to go, and probably working on the Sophius then too, getting it ready to go.
Okay.
We having it built and stuff. But I go out and run on the beach, and I came back one day and went down, and there was something left on the step. And when I went down, it happened to get on the fishing boat years later, and I slipped and went on my back and hit the bottom.
Oh, on the step?
Well, it was where the ladder went down. Then there was a place you could get up to kind of get into the engine room. It was the bottom step.
Okay.
But it was a little bigger than the others and stuff. And I landed, hit that right in the middle of my back. And I was lying on the floor of my boat, right on, between the bunks, just lying there, just in pain, and the phone rang. And I got up, and it was Pete. And I said, Jesus, God, I don't know, I really hurt myself. And I said, I'll talk to you later. He said, oh, okay. And I talked to him a little later. He said, okay, yeah. But, man, I wasn't sure for a while. And I was thinking, here I got this all together. I got plenty of money going. Everything's working fine, and I do this. I thought I might have broken my back for a little bit. And then after a few minutes, it started, and I was okay. I quit doing cocaine.
Yeah.
And running. And, I mean, I still go running, but I thought, who needs this shit?
Yeah, right.
And I still had it.
That cocaine remains a factor for a while before it's all gone, right? Yeah.
I had that. I put it away. Well, all the time we were gone, it was sitting up at the ranch in a box that I'd left. I asked Doc Nasty if I could leave this here when we took off.
Okay,
He said, sure,
okay.
go ahead. And but I still had that we got it in 1973, and I still had that same ounce in 1977 when I went to get Judy Vito.
Yeah, I was doing the math too. I was like, wow, yeah, that's not a big cokehead.
I never touched it from that time.
Yeah,
I still
right.
had most of it when I went to Aspen.
Right, wow.
And the Aspen Highland Ski Patrol went through it pretty damn quick.
Yeah, well, they could.
He said, come back next summer, more to do.
Yeah, right. They could appreciate fine powder. That's what that was.
Yeah.
So what's the, tell me then about Hefius then, about where that came from.
Well, Terry and Wayne Kaywood were high school friends of mine.
And this is Terry Smith, the same guy brought you the cocaine, same guy you grew up with.
Yeah, well, he was my brother. We were, and they started Malibu Seafood, and they needed a little fishing boat to help supply their seafood business there. And Malibu Pier was right there, and we could come into Malibu Pier and offload, and they'd take it. It was kind of our own little deal going. Well.
And just fishing what? Like bottom fishing?
Fishing. Oh, we went out once. I made a rock tribe fish with them when we first started.
And line fishing, right?
Yeah, hook and line. Gangs, 15 hooks on a gang, and you'd use 2 gangs together, so you had 30 hooks.
Okay.
And then you put them down, you'd be amazed.
Really?
You start putting the rock cod, you'd have one on almost every hook.
Ooh, nice.
And we'd pull them up. The thing is, they're bladders. As they come to the surface, expand.
Yeah.
And the line of fish, if you get a whole bunch of, say, a 30, 25, 30 rock cod on that thing, once they get they start coming up themselves, and pretty soon they'll go pop, 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 and you'll have a whole big line of red fish behind you.
Just like balloons coming to the top, right? Wow.
And you just pull them in, boom, 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 hook them up, and boom, off you go.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but so they were going to do that. And he also wanted to fish swordfish with it. I never heard about swordfishing or harpooning swordfishing and everything, but boy, was that a kick.
Okay, well, so before we get to that, tell me more about Hefius, because they had Hefius built, right?
Yes. Radden built it. Raddens are dive boats, basically. But they just wanted a tough little boat for, go coastal fishing. It was good for it. It was great. And good, solid platform. It was actually, for a little commercial fishing boat, a damn good way to go.
Wow, okay.
And we put a 671 in it, thinking we could probably get it to plane. But we couldn't quite.
Not
but
quite,
still, it moved about 14 knots. Pretty close. Yeah,
wow.
It moved right along.
Why was it not planing at 14
It's just
knots?
not enough power to get it up and keep it on. Once
Just
in a
because
while,
of the shape of the hull or the size of the boat
just not
compared to
enough
the power?
power.
Okay.
That 671 just didn't have quite enough
Okay.
power to get it planing.
Okay.
The Mickey did. It was just fine.
Yeah.
And they fished rock cod with it for a bit, and then we started fishing swordfish. And the kid...
Now hold on. Now, it was Wayne and Terry's. Did you go with them every time or occasionally to fish?
No, I never went with both of them together.
Okay.
And they didn't last very long together. Wayne and Terry kind of split up. And that's when we kind of got the boat back too.
Oh.
Their deal didn't work out. Wayne stuck with it and made a very good success out of Malibu seafood without Terry sticking his nose into it. I think it was probably, for Wayne, the best thing to do.
So when you went out that first time swordfishing, it was with Wayne?
Was with Wayne. And it was the second trip. The first trip he took another kid with him and he couldn't hit the fish.
Right.
And so I went with him on the second trip. And I missed the first 6. Then I caught the 7th one by mistake. But then I figured it out. And after that, I didn't miss a lot.
So before we get to how you figured that out, and take us through like the act of sword fishing, of throwing the harpoon.
Okay, you're out on a.
First off, is there a reason people go after swordfish? Are they lucrative? Is it just the appeal of fishing?
We're getting.
It seems like so much trouble. You're hunting basically one fish at a time.
Yeah, but they're big fish, and you get. I can't remember. We were getting $2 a pound for it then, like $2.50 a pound. That was a lot of money.
Okay.
So, and even when I fished them years later with a drift net, I mean, we were getting $3.50, $3.25 a pound and whatnot. Now it's even.
Yeah, sure.
But
relative to other money you could make fishing other fish, that was a lot.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. But mostly, bottom line, it's a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah, why is that?
Standing on that plank with that harpoon in your hand, watching that big blue fish come sliding through the water is primal.
Oh, wow.
Spear, big fish.
How big is a swordfish?
Oh, the biggest one I ever caught, the carcass weighed 511 pounds. Most of these were anywhere from 100 pounds to, we got one about 350. But you can get, a small one. Small ones are 100, 150 pounds.
Okay.
A large swordfish, the one that weighed 511, it probably weighed 750, 800 pounds when we caught it. But once you hit him and take everything, all the guts out and everything.
Yeah.
But most of the fish we got were 200 and some to 300 and some pounds, 200 plus, 300 plus.
Okay, so you're out at the end of the plank. You've got the harpoon.
Got the
Thing's
harpoon.
coursing through the water.
And so what you do, you're looking for them with binoculars and whatnot. You're looking for the fins on top of the water, kind of like shark fins. And so a lot of times in the beginning, you'll mistake a shark fin. Ooh, there's one. Oh, it's a shark. Because shark fins kind of go like this, flop back and forth as they swim.
Okay.
Swordfish don't. They go perfectly straight and like this. See, the fins are a little different.
Okay.
And they're a little thinner and a little taller. I mean, sometimes when they're just tipping the top of the water, it's hard to tell.
Right.
Ooh, what's that? Oh, it's a shark. Or, ooh, yeah, it's a fish.
Okay.
And you look for them with your visually, and when you see one, then you set up on it, and what you want to do.
So you set up so you see which way you're just finding the angle to close on them.
Exactly, and you can close on them any way, really. But you don't really want to come up straight behind them because they'll see you scoot away.
Okay.
Coming up right from the side, just fine. Coming head on.
You got a better chance to hit them with something that way, right? From the side, don't you?
Well, you have to know what the deflection is from the side, and it's about 2 feet.
Okay, and that's
You want to throw about 2 feet under them.
And that's the secret you discovered, correct?
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. By accident initially, and then.
Well, yeah, but I was told, you got to look, watch the deflection. You got to throw under him. A guy told me, a couple of guys, and after you do it a couple of times and you know what to do, you'll get the deflection.
That sounds like something you have to get a feel for.
I mean, I missed 6 the first trip, and I missed a few others too before I really got it down. But I mean, I didn't miss like 6 in a row then.
Yeah.
And then I kind of fine-tuned it, and then I seldom missed.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't throw it the ones you're going to miss. No, that's it. Then he'll come back up, and you go get him and take another shot at him.
Yeah.
See,
yeah.
you start throwing, boom, they're gone. So and that's why the first one I caught, Wayne goes, no, as I threw it, because it's way too far away. But I got lucky. It went low and hit him.
Wow. Oh, man. All right.
Back by the tail. About this much of him. I got him. I mean, stupid luck.
Yeah, well.
Him, unluck.
Yeah.
Yes, that's simple.
And there's all of this. I mean, so many people don't have any firsthand knowledge about like sword fishing like that, and I don't. But
few people do.
Right. The spear, it's not like a spear. It's the harpoon.
The harpoon is
a metal tube, right?
It's a tube, about 1.5 inches metal tube, tubing, and it's about 12 feet long.
Wow.
And then you have another 1.5 foot, or actually 2 feet of what we call a lully iron. And what that is a piece of rebar, 1/4-inch rebar, and it's about 2 feet long, and it's threaded on one end, and on the other end is where the dart fits in, and it's just beveled a little bit. And the ends that's threads into a piece at the end of the tube. You have a piece in there that's threaded, and it'll so you just screw the lily iron in. Now, every time you hit a fish with it, usually bends it.
Wow.
So when you get it back, you have to unbend it.
Oh, wow.
And we have to take extra ones because sometimes they get bent up much you can't. But usually you'll bend the lily iron 6 times before you change them.
Wow, okay.
Maybe 20 times. Depends on how badly it's torqued.
Yeah.
But what happens, here's the fish that I think it's 3/8. I don't know. It's about this big around piece of. It hits it, and then the weight of the spear behind it kind of pushes it one way, and so it bends it.
That's what bends it, sure.
Yeah.
And then the this was also something I had no conception of before. Was the dart, which is called the dart.
Right.
Which is if you just don't know anything about this stuff like I didn't, it's basically the spearhead.
It's the spearhead, and
it's not as fixed to the spear. It's kind of just sitting
it's just over being held on by
the line.
By the line that's
Right.
holding on, and the line goes up, and then you have some bungee cord tied at the top of the harpoon, and you bring the line up and push it through the bungee cord, so there's just a piece of it so it holds it taut.
You're right.
So when you throw it doesn't come off.
Yeah.
But as soon as it comes and the dart comes off,
through.
boom, off it goes. So you have the harpoon back, but the line's going with the fish.
The line's going because the dart has implanted itself now then into the fish. Well, implanted itself. You've thrown the dart into the fish. It's come off the end of the harpoon. Then the dart has that special toggle sort of
and
thing.
it's attached in the middle, so
Right.
it goes in and then toggles.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll go all the way through, and it's toggled against the back of the fish.
Wow.
Then you got them. There's no pulling it out at that point.
Yeah.
But if you just stick it in the fish, a big fish, and they pull too hard, they can pull it
come
out.
back out. Yeah,
and it doesn't kill them. They'll just go off and it'll heal up, and off
yeah.
they go.
Wow.
Hey.
Wow.
So
you've successfully harpooned a fish, a swordfish. You've got the point. The dart is in. The line, it's going. The harpoons come loose. Or I guess, is it still strung on the line, or is it just like the harpoon's just loose and you got
the harpoon, it has a line that goes from the back end of the harpoon that's about 15-20 feet long, and it's just like this, and then it goes from the harpoon and it's attached to the plank.
Oh, okay.
So you throw the harpoon and then you just pull it back in.
Yeah, okay. That's brilliant. Okay.
And and the rest of it goes. Now, what you don't want to do is get your foot caught in the line that's going out, because you got a 300-pound powerful fish.
Oh, God.
Pulling like crazy, and it's going.
They'll take it off.
Now, you're out at the end of the plank and the line's in here, and I've never even come close to getting caught, but I've heard of people getting, not guys, just
not
somebody else standing there and getting their foot caught in it. Boy, can they yank you right off the deck.
I bet.
I never heard anybody getting hurt real bad from it, but it's something you watch about,
Okay. So the fish goes swimming off then with the line.
Okay.
And how much? Yeah. What happens? How
you
much?
had the dart is attached to 100 feet of 1/4-inch nylon. And that's what you use for all the stuff on the harpoon, is that 1/4-inch nylon. And then it's attached to 600 feet of 5/8 manila line. And because why have nylon line for all of this? You don't need it.
Yeah.
And you have 100 fathoms, 600 feet of that. And it takes all of that out, and then you have a P2 polyform bumper ball. We just use them as floats.
Yeah.
And it's attached to one of those, and it's this big around.
Yeah.
And now a big fish can pull them down a little bit, but usually not very far. It'll pull them. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And then from there, there's another 10 feet or so until you get to a flag, and the flag is on a pole with a weight on one end and a little float in the center that holds it up, and then it's a piece of bamboo, like a fishing pole, about 8-10 feet tall, with a flag on the top of it, and it just all goes in. And so what you'll have is the polyform ball, and then the 600 feet of line, 700 to the fish, and then from the other side of the polyform ball is the flag that shows you where it is. So you can drop it there and then go out and look for other fish. And
do they move much? I mean, do you ever have trouble finding your flags after?
That's why you have the flag. Actually, the year I came up, the first year I came up fishing, when I came back and I was all uptight after Mary Beth. I've got a couple of guys, they actually lost one. We stuck a fish and they couldn't fucking find it. I was,
Okay.
I've heard of other guys losing them too.
But yeah.
Because you start looking and looking, and then the sun comes up, and then you can't find it, and the current took it off someplace. Who knows?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many? Like I know there were times where you had what?
The most we carried 9 sets of gear
Yeah.
on the Hefius, and one time we put them all in the water.
One time, just the one time. Okay, all right.
Yep.
So now Wayne and Terry couldn't make a lasting run with Hefius, right? And you took it back.
I don't think they could make a run with the business as both of them running it. Wayne was very successful with it, and it's still going today. I don't know how he's doing.
Oh, seriously? Really?
Yeah.
Malibu's? Oh, wow. Started with Hefius, huh? That's great.
Well, it started with them getting a little place and getting the Hefius to supply it, and then that wasn't working for them. So Pete and I got the boat back.
Yeah.
And Monique and I fished at the end of that year, just she and I, and had a wonderful time.
Yeah, tell me about that. Tell me, because
we stayed out at Santa Barbara Island. We would go into Malibu Pier once a week and offload the fish we had and get supplies, and then back out to Santa Barbara Island. And she and I fished from Santa Barbara Island to the west end of Catalina for about a month.
Wow.
And just had one of the best times we ever had together.
Was she good at sword fishing?
Yeah, sword fishing, and she was good at it.
Yeah.
And we got a seagull that adopted us out there.
Well, we're getting ahead of that. Tell me about the first time you went out with Monique sword fishing.
The first time
she was along for the ride. Right?
Yes, the first time we went with a guy named Bob Kuntz, who'd done a little work on the boat, and he's a ranch guy I knew from the ranch. In fact, he was the one that told me about Anya. When I went and bought Anya, he says, "Oh, you ought to check it." He was the guy that, and he's one of the guys we hung out with some. And
he was was he in charge? What was he doing? Was he watching? He was
no, he was going to run the boat while I harpooned the fish. And we'd all look for it. Everybody looks for the fish.
Okay, right.
And once you find one, then one guy runs the boat, another one does the harpooning.
Okay.
Well, we found this fish, and it was a nice big fish too. And Bob Kuntz couldn't see the fish, and Monique's sitting up in the tower with him, and I'm going out on the out on the plank with the harpoon, and he's saying, "I can't see it. Where is it?" And Monique is saying, "It's right there. It's right there," and she's pointing it to him.
She's tracking it.
I can't see it. I said, just listen to her. She says, right there, follow. So we started following her directions. She put us right on the fish. Thump, and I got it. He didn't see the fish until it was in front of the plank, and he said, oh my God. I could hear him. And then I stuck it. I mean, these guys have been sailing around this area for years.
Yeah.
They never knew there were swordfish there.
Wow.
He couldn't believe it. He looked down and saw that big fish. He went, oh my God. And then thunk, I stunk it. And it was about a 350-pound fish. It was a real nice fish.
Wow.
It was the second biggest one that we got on the Sophius.
Wow, wow.
And we got that fish that time. It was the only fish for that trip, I think.
Yeah.
But I could see right away we didn't eat coons.
So after
Next
that,
trip, Monique and I went together.
That's beautiful. So tell me about the month at the height of that summer of that season. You're out there and you're basically living at sea. You're living on Serenade. On Heafies.
We're living on the Heafies at Santa Barbara Island.
Yeah.
In the evenings we'd go in there and hang out. In the mornings we'd get up and off we go. 15, 20 minutes we were out fishing. We'd go up and down. And I think we caught 10 fish that summer.
Yeah.
9, 10 fish. If I remember.
And just going back in every couple of days?
Yeah, we went 1 or 2, 3. But I think we made 4 trips. Might have been 4 trips, might have been 5. I don't remember. I mean, we spent the last month or so of the summer out there fishing.
That just sounds magical.
Oh, we had a wonderful time.
Yeah. And the seagull, you had a seagull?
We had a seagull. And at first it sat out the end of the Avon dinghy that we took with us. It's a lifeboat and offshore boat and everything else. It's real easy. Pick it up, they're light.
Yeah.
Perfect. But we'd have just sitting out behind the boat. And I was cleaning the fish and the seagull came down and landed on the end of it. Yeah, I think some tossed out there. Whoop, he ate it. Okay. And thinking much more about it. And I might have given him a couple of them, put the fish away. Next night, we pulled back in again and there's a seagull. And so we may not have had a fish that day or something, but I know it may have given it something to eat. I'm sure it did, because after that week, he was sitting on the back of the boat. First it was on the Avon, and then he moved up to the front of the Avon, and then boom, he's on the back of the boat, see? And after the second trip, he was sitting in the doorway, and she's feeding him, cooking dinner.
That's wonderful.
He was probably bummed when we finally didn't. And we'd disappear for a couple of days. We'd be back, and boom, there he'd be.
Oh man, that's
he knew what side his bread was buttered on. No kidding.
So toward the end of that summer that Terry comes back with the prospective deal, another series of flights perhaps that you could make some more money on.
Well, that's right at the end though, when Pete and I were going to go do those last 3 flights.
Now hold on. Now it wasn't you and Pete who was going to go do those last 3 flights.
We were
these
going to
two things sort of came together at the same time, right?
Yes, because what happened, Pete and I were going to go 2 more trips. Let's do 2 more.
Whose idea was that?
His.
Okay.
And I said, okay. And then we were going to take off. I'm thinking, sure, I could use the extra money, and off we go.
Right. You got the plane, you got the connection.
Yeah,
it's easy.
all we got to do is go do it.
Right.
And I mean, everything had gone click, click before. We had a down pat. Why not?
Yeah.
Well, we set up everything. We were keeping the plane at Whiteman now. We kept it stored there for the summer. And I went out to Whiteman to get the plane to go, and I called Karen that night, and she said, don't go for the first time. And I had told Pete, when I went out there to check the plane out, we hadn't flown for a few months.
And this isn't Van Nuys anymore? This is Whiteman?
It's at Whiteman now.
Okay.
After we got done with our flights, Pete found the hangar out at Whiteman, and he said, we're going to take it out and put it there. Cool. Okay, so we took it out and left it there. I may have even gone and gotten it there, gone flying with it once or twice. I think I flew down to Las Cruces in it once, so I would have gotten it from there.
Okay.
But anyway, I went out to get the plane.
So, I mean,
this is a few days before I was going to go. we were going to do I just went out to get the plane to go make some flights and go check it out, make sure everything was cool.
Were you going out to check out and check on the plane because Terry had come to you already with this other idea?
No. I was just I hadn't flown it for a few months.
Okay.
So I just wanted to wake out, make sure everything was right, go fly it around a little bit.
Right.
And came back, and when I took it up to have it fueled, the line boy, okay. I went to the office. I'm going to bring the plane down. Okay, I'll be out in a minute. Okay, everything's cool. I get there, and he looks at the plane and looks at me, and his eyes went boom.
Really?
Oh, I mean, I knew what he was thinking.
What was he thinking?
He was thinking, these are the guys who are supposed to be watching. These are the smugglers.
Okay.
I could see it in his eyes, just the fear. Ooh, this is something whole different to a kid who's a line boy. Now here's a big time smuggler.
Oh yeah.
And he went boom. And
maybe he's overheard something. Somebody said something to him. All of a sudden, he's like staring at
if these guys want to load this plane up, let us know.
Yeah. Right.
Well, here we were.
Yep.
I went and immediately told Pete. He said, "Oh bullshit! Don't be paranoid. How in hell are they gonna know? Nobody knows anything. Come on." Well, okay.
Yeah, how would they know? He could have answered that question himself, but he did. Yeah. Okay.
So, I went out to Whiteman to get the plane to go get the load that night.
Right.
And
suppose now, let's set that scene. You're going out to get it just like previous flights. You're going out to Whiteman. You're going to get it. Pete's down supposedly with Javier,
and he's getting the load ready to go. And
same deal. You're going to fly to the desert, land the whole bit, like it has
just
been
like
before.
we always did.
And always, just like it always. The last thing you did was to call
Karen. Mm-hmm. And I called her, and she said, "Don't go."
First time.
I said, "Don't go." She said, "Right, don't go." Okay, click.
Okay.
And then I went. I'm sure I was being watched.
Right.
I mean, there was nobody at the airport when I went out there at 5:00 to get that plane. I mean, there was nobody there. It was just silent, and that's kind of weird just in itself.
Would they have expected you?
I don't. Maybe.
Okay.
They were watching us.
Because they knew you'd been out there and you'd been flying and yeah, you were having it fly out. Okay.
They probably watched Pete take off and go down there too.
Good point.
See,
Really?
they knew what we were up to then.
Right.
They were surveilling us.
Yeah.
So I went out. Nobody was at the airport. Okay, I went and got the plane out of the hangar, got the fuel, the extra fuel, put it in the back of the plane out of the car, and just before I put the car inside, and shut the hangar door. So the plane's sitting outside, ready to go. Everything's done. All I have to do is go get it and fly away. I go down and call Karen. Don't go. Okay. I go back, open the door, pull the car out, put the plane in, take all the gas out of the plane, put it back in the car, and leave. They must have shit.
Am I still getting paid for this, Sarge?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow. Yeah.
And so that was it. So then I go home. Lo and behold, the next day, Terry shows up.
Pete's not even back yet from Mexico for whatever happens.
Not yet.
Yeah.
He's not back yet.
Okay.
I go home.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, Terry calls me. Pete's not back yet or anything. He says, "Hey, listen, I got 3 loads down in Mexico. We'd like to have you fly it." We had this other guy fly some. He went and landed. He got scared and ran off, and the guy ended up getting busted and everything.
Wow.
But they had these 3 loads sitting down in just south of Ensenada, and they wanted me to fly it in. $25,000 a flight. Count me in.
Wow.
So when Pete got back, he said, it was that day or the next day Pete got back, and I'm ready to say, Terry's going to,
Yeah, but first, did you find out why you don't go? Why Karen had said that?
He told me first. He said the crap was no good. He said, I didn't want to get us. I said, oh, good. And I said, listen, while you were gone, Terry came by, and he wants me to fly 3 loads. Can I use? He had bought my part of the plane for me, but he had paid me back for the plane. I said, can I use the plane? I'll pay you $5,000 a trip just to use it to go down and get these 3 loads. I'll do it. Boom, boom, boom. He said, sure. I'm thinking, fuck, cool.
Right.
I mean, I'm up front with the whole thing. Everything's happy. He's good with it, too.
And I want to make sure that we say it, because I'm not sure how prominently it came across, but the reason Pete had pulled the plug in Mexico was because the pot that Javier had been like subpar. He didn't want to.
Yeah, like the time we had with all the seeds
and
in it.
stuff. Right, yeah. Okay.
And he said, we didn't want to do that. I said, oh, good. Yeah, really.
Okay.
Great. Good
Yeah,
job.
good call. All right, yeah.
Yeah, nice call. And I said, thing is, I said, listen, Terry he wants me to do that. And I said, he said, sure. Cool. So I then got with Terry's partner, Fred. We went out to Cabo Colonet in the evening. Actually, it was almost dark. I can remember it now. It wasn't completely dark, but it was almost. I showed him what direction to set the runway up in, and because of the wind coming off the ocean, showed him how to set the flashlights up. And it would have been no problem. It was a perfect spot. Hell, there was 1,000 acres out there we could have landed on.
Oh, wow.
It was a great big field.
Okay.
And there's no obstructions, nothing. There was nothing growing in it.
Oh, my God.
It was almost like Elkhorn.
Wow,
It was
okay.
a flat place. And so I showed him how to do it, and everything was hunky-dory, and then we came back. And I didn't see any problems at all.
Now the plane had been moved, right? It wasn't
The
Whiteman?
plane had been moved from Whiteman now out to Van Nuys Airport. We'd moved it out there, or Pete had moved it out there. I hadn't. And
Now, the suspicions you had from the line boy, I'd never put this together. Was that at Whiteman or Van Nuys?
that was at Whiteman.
Okay, maybe was that a contributing factor? Well, like Pete was like, dispense it. There's no reason for
Well,
us.
Pete was learning to fly, using the plane to learn to fly, and his flight instructor was at Golden West, where we always rented him from.
Okay.
So see, that's why it was there.
Right.
So he was taking flying lessons. So he had taken it out there, and maybe he took, who knows?
Yeah.
And it's right at the end of the airport on I guess it would be the northeast end, or what, and there's a road, the highway goes right under it, and our tie down was right there. You could see it from off the airport, from the regular road. That's where I went and could see it. He had taken it out there, and I went out, and it wasn't there.
Why'd you go out? Just to
See what I called Pete, and he wasn't there. I thought, well, let me see. Anyway, I can't remember why I went out there, but it was to see him. I thought maybe he was there or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
But the plane wasn't there, but his van was, and the plane was gone.
But the van's there.
Just the van there.
Right.
So I still couldn't get in touch with him. I went down again the next day, and the van was still there, but the wires were all pulled out of the front. I'm thinking,
The wire, what? The distributor?
the distributor wires. They were, all black wires. It's
my
just
God.
a little tiny hood.
Yeah,
on
the
a
little van,
like
the little
that.
van hood.
Yeah, and all of them were just lying out over the
Like
front.
somebody just grabbed the distributor. at the
Somebody
top
just
of it?
ripped them out.
Oh man.
And so then I went home again. I would back up, and that evening, Monique and I were there when Jim Spain called and said, Pete's in jail in Mexico. They know everything. Good luck.
Oh my God.
And that's when we got it together and took off.
Wow. Did you? I mean, I know you must have just been a quick reaction to that news, but
Well,
any
let's
thoughts
get out
about-
of here and see. Let the dust settle before we see what's going on.
Right.
Let me see what I'm going to have to deal with before they just come boom. See.
Wow.
I didn't know for sure what was going on.
Well,
but
yeah. Like, you had any
I
idea
just
why-
wanted to get out of town and let the dust settle
Did you-
before I dealt with it.
Did you think anything like, what's Pete doing in Mexico?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. I thought, huh?
What?
What the fuck?
Right.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm
Doesn't
out of here.
change.
That was just it. I didn't know what to do. I just wanted to get out of Dodge and tell the dust settled and see what I had to deal with.
Where were you going?
We had gotten a postcard from John and Joni Piner maybe 2 weeks before this. So we wrote them a quick postcard, dropped it in the mail, and said, we're on our way.
Where were they?
They were in Medellin, Colombia.
Oh my God.
And they got the postcard, and they were there when we got there.
And with one phone call, the magical year of 1973 came to an end. Bobby and Monique had hunted swordfish and lived in the lee of Santa Barbara Island. They'd learned to use a sextant. In the relative peace after the flights, they had become a team, crewmates, ready to sail away and live happily ever after. But that wasn't to be. Instead, as the new year nears, They're on the run, unsure of just what's waiting for them in Colombia.
So we went over to a lean-to where I guess he stayed. He has sleeping, and it looks like a little home away from home kind of thing. I'm sure it wasn't his
Like a real home.
His real home or anything. He probably had a wife and kids or something. But that's where he was staying there. And we sat down, we rolled a joint, nice big joint. We sat and smoked the joint, and then he was going to go get his Hefe. And he took off and left us there. And I said to John, this is too easy. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Why?
And John, because it's just too easy. I'd never been treated, come on, really? Right out in the open. And I wasn't used to that. I thought, if it's this easy, we might be getting set up here.
Okay.
That's what my thought was. This is just too fucking easy.
That and a lot more next time on The One They Couldn't Catch. I'm Paul Kritz.